So today I'm going to be making butter out of cream, and I'm just going to be using my KitchenAid mixer with the wire whisk attachment. I'm going to be using a stainless steel bowl because that's the only one I have, but that should keep the cream nice and cold while it's mixing, and that's what you want. I'm just going to be using this great value whipping cream, and it is a 16-ounce carton of heavy whipping cream. I'm just going to pour the cream into the bowl and start whipping. Last time I made butter, it took me more than 20 minutes, and I don't think I had the mixer going fast enough, so this time I'm going to try it on level 6. Now I'm going to lock the mixer down and turn it to the lowest setting, which is stir. And then the next one up is 2. And that's 4. And then that's 6. And I think that's probably fast enough. I'm going to speed up this part because it can get a little bit boring watching cream whip, like watching paint dry. I'm thinking that's still going to take about 20 minutes. So it looks like it's starting to get a little creamy, so I'm going to get the ice water started. And according to the videos I've watched, you need to squeeze the butter out in the ice water to get all of the buttermilk out. Now it's really starting to look like whipped cream. And there's a lot of cream sticking to the sides of the bowl, and I want it to all get incorporated, so I'm just going to scrape it down. And I think we're past the stage of whipped cream now because it's not as creamy as it was, and it's starting to look a little bit chunky. Just ignore that fuzzy thing there. It's starting to turn more yellow now, so I'm just going to turn it down one notch to 4. Now I'm going to scrape the sides of the bowl one more time. Last time I made butter, I used the whisk attachment as a starting out, and then I switched to the scraper attachment because I was afraid that all the butter was going to get stuck inside the whisk. But a video I watched, the person just used a whisk attachment until the end, so that's what I'm going to do this time. So I had the sound on this whole time, but the sound of the mixer was really loud and really annoying and drowned out whatever I was saying. So you couldn't hear me, all you could hear was the mixer. Now I'm just gonna scrape it down one more time, and you can see it is really chunky. I'm going to get some of this parchment paper ready so that I have something to wrap it up in when it's done. I found these food safety gloves on Amazon and I like them because I don't like getting my hands coated with butter. Now you can see that the butter and the buttermilk have separated, and this happens really quickly, so you have to keep an eye on it. But I want to make sure that I get as much buttermilk out as I can, so I'm going to leave it for a few seconds. Okay, I think that's all that I can get out of it, so let me get a paper towel so I don't make a mess. Now I'm just going to pour the buttermilk into a measuring cup and I will save that for Saturday morning pancakes. Now I'm just going to put all the butter chunks into the ice bath. Now I'm just trying to get as much butter out of the ice water as I can and stick it all in a ball. I don't want any to go to waste. I'm also squeezing the butter ball at the same time underwater to try and get more liquid out of it. These gloves are getting really annoying, so I think I'm just going to get rid of those and use my bare hands. I didn't use salt last time, but I'm going to try using it this time. And I'm not really sure how much to put in. I'm just going to put in a little tiny bit because unsalted butter is not very good. That's probably less than a teaspoon, but I think that'll be enough for now. I can always add salt to whatever I use it on. I just don't want to add too much because you can always add salt later. You can't take it away. I'm not sure the best way to get the salt incorporated into the butter. I'm just going to use the flatten and fold method. Now I'm just going to try to shape it into like a little log and roll it up in the parchment. Then I will keep it in the refrigerator until I'm ready to use it. Then I can put my mixer away and clean up my work area. It looks like I got 8 ounces of buttermilk. So out of the 16 ounces that I started with, I got 8 ounces of butter and 8 ounces of buttermilk. So I will just keep this in the refrigerator until I make buttermilk pancakes on the weekend.